Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming in and putting up with the toasty marquee. It's been a warm day for everyone, so hopefully everyone's still in a good mood and we can get rolling with the prize giving. It won't take terribly long, but it's the culmination of a year's work for many of the students in this room, and a lot of hard work and a lot of passion, I think, have gone into the project. So I think the first thing we need to do is just give a round of applause to all the teachers and students that are here today. It's an incredible effort. A lot of the students and the teachers work overtime and after hours and weekends and things like that to put these projects together. And not only that, but they've come from far and wide this year. This year is the first year that we've had teams in the competition from Auckland and Wellington. We had Waikato last year for the first time. So one more round of applause for Auckland, Wellington and Waikato, the teams from the other island that made a really big effort to get down here. We appreciate it, guys. EVolocity has really three key purposes. One is to introduce young people to the what we believe is the transport technology of the future, electric vehicles. And it's been interesting for me. The last 4 years I've spoken with a lot of young people, and what I've heard is that young people are really annoyed with my generation. They think that we've left the world in a real mess for them, and there's a lot of cleanup work that they're going to have to do. I've also heard that because of that, they want to do things differently from mum and dad, and they perceive electric vehicles as the future. So those are some of the reasons that young people are getting involved. And they've heard about this word sustainability, but a lot of times they don't really know, well, how do I actually live a more sustainable lifestyle? And for some of the youth here, I think EVolocity has given them a starting point on that journey. So sustainability is a big aspect of what we're doing. The electric vehicle technology, and of course New Zealand has a real skills shortage in the engineering side of things. So a key aspect of EVolocity is getting more young people engaged with engineering, learning to work with their hands on project learning in the engineering field, and hopefully as a result of that developing interests that they will carry forward into engineering studies and careers. So that's what EVolocity is all about. I thank everybody. I particularly thank the sponsors. We couldn't do EVolocity without the support of a wide range of sponsors, so we very much appreciate that. And Orion, actually, when I was going around New Zealand, Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch, actually probably almost 5 years ago, looking for an initial home for EVolocity, Orion were the first company that stepped up and said, we want that in Canterbury. And I think what Rob Jameson, who's the CEO of Orion, what he saw in EVolocity was that this was a program that would pull young people from Canterbury forward into the future and help them leave the damages of the earthquakes behind. So kudos to Orion for having that vision. I'm going to hand over to Les Black now. Most of you know Les. He's the real man behind the schools program. And Les, if you'll come up and say a few words. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob, and it's the first time he's ever described me as a real man, but things are looking up. It's most often less kind. Fantastic to see you all here today, and while we've prayed for a good day, weather-wise, we didn't plan on roasting everybody today, so for those that are out there in the school program for long periods of time, our humble apologies, but we couldn't do a lot about it. We've been delighted with the response to the EVolocity program this year throughout the country, and there's been a lot of teams made it to regionals a couple of months back. There were a lot that through attrition never quite made it, but I congratulate the people that have got here to nationals today. It's been fantastic. Thank you for the commitment. I hope you've enjoyed the journey. One person I would really like to thank before we go on is Vince Weilers from Zealandia. Vince had two boys go through the program in 2014, 2016, and was convinced that it was a project learning experience that had immense value for his children, and stepped up to the plate this year with his company Zealandia and brought all the North Island team's vehicles down to Christchurch. A magnanimous gesture. I thought they'd be in the top tray of his trucks. When he opened up the back of the truck, his trucks were full, so they carried just EVolocity stuff down. An amazing gesture, and Vince, if you're here, thank you so much. As Rob said, one of the main thrusts of this that's becoming stronger is the engineering experience, and through a variety of reasons, I think a lot of young people don't see the work of electrical, electronic programming, systems engineers and mechanical engineers. And the Health and Safety Act has really done us a disservice in opening the doors and allowing students in to see what really goes on in those engineering firms. One of the things about this program is that we try and assign mentors in the local community so students can get close to real engineers and who invite them into their workplace and see the other side of engineering and what spins their wheels in that environment. And we're seeing conversions to engineering at tertiary level, and we hope that continues because New Zealand really needs it for its future. Without any further ado, we'll get into the prizes. I'll announce them, which category it is. I'll ask the sponsor of that category to come up and announce the winners off the certificates that Tegan will present to them. And I'd like the winning team to come forward, accept the certificate, and then you can go and get your goodies off this table over here. So without any further ado, we're into the drag race, which is what a lot of teams were about, or thought the whole competition was about. And if I could have Linda to come up to the stage, please. And we've got 3 awards in this category, one for bikes, one for carts, and one for the open category, which was for bigger motors up to 1,000 watts. All right, I'll leave Linda to announce the winners.
Hi, I just wanted to say how proud I am of Orion's involvement in this really fantastic event today and for the competition, but probably the people who should feel most proud are all the young people in this room. You are so outstanding, and I feel really proud to be associated with you, and thank you for bringing us along on this journey. It's been neat. Okay. Without further ado, sorry, you're going to have to help me because I haven't got my glasses on.
Oh, I'll take borrow mine.
So the winners are awarded PowerTech Turtle Choppers from Waimea College. Well done. Thanks. Well done.
Hear this. Do you want the photos taken up here?
We're taking photos up there, and then we're going to dip down a bit and take more photos.
Thank you.
Okay. The fastest drag race for carts goes to the Velociraptors of Otaki College. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. And the winners of the fastest drag race for the open class, SS Henderson from Henderson High School. Well done, smart outfits. There we go. Thank you. Well done. Well done.
shortest stopping distance. Belinda will present this one. We figured that while going fast was a premium objective, stopping was also pretty important, and not by shoe leather. But anyway, for the bike and kart category, we've got an award for the bike category, and karts and open category are together on this one, and I'll again let Linda announce them.
Okay, so this is for the shortest stopping distance for bikes, and it's won by Better Evolution of Tahara College. Oh, somebody's flipping their hat. Congratulations. Well done. Well done. And this is for the shortest shopping distance for karts and open, and it's won by Avonside 1 from Avonside High School. Actually, I should say Avonside Girls High School. Yeah, there we go. And here's a bloke to collect it.
Yeah, well, I think I should explain. Usually you hear that behind every great man there's a woman. Yeah. In this case, I'll blow my own trumpet. I'm the great man behind all the Avonside Girls constructions. So I'll take the award on their behalf.
There we go. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Linda. To present the Street Circuit Awards, Mark Metcalf from BMW, I think, is going to do this. There's Mark. The Street Circuit really works the controllers and tests the handling of the vehicles and the driving skills. So it's a worthy one to have behind BMW behind. Thank you. Thanks.
Hi everyone, it's really great to be here today, and really I guess my hat off to you and congratulations to all of the teams and the individuals and the helpers that have made today possible. The teamwork, I guess looking from an engineering perspective, I've got an engineering background, and looking at the designs of the carts, or cars I'll call them, and the motorcycles, shouldn't not really say motorcycles, but anyway the bikes. Really great engineering. There's a lot of interesting designs there, and teamwork's really paramount, where there's been fabrication and welding and electronics and mechanical engineering all kind of rolled into one, so really good to see that. BMW decided to get involved in this event, I guess for also selfish reasons, partly to promote the whole electric industry, and also we see it, as Rob mentioned earlier, a stepping off ground for budding design engineers and technicians, etc., in the automotive industry. So over the last 40 years, there's been a lot of changes in our industry, and there's been 6 fuels that I'm aware of. So it started out with petrol, and well, actually way before my time there was steam at one stage, but I won't get into that. So there was petrol, diesel, CNG, LPG, and then we also got into hydrogen for a while, and then electric. And so really the future's here now. To give you some context of that, the i3 BMW that's outside, we sell around 100,000 of those a year. So like I say, the future's here already, and countries in Europe particularly are taking this whole technology on board. So Norway, for example, is about 50% electric or hybrid already in their fleet. So it's pretty strong, and lots of manufacturers are getting into the space, and it's really great to see all you guys here, so congratulations again. Okay, sorry. For the fastest street circuit for bikes is Team Evolution 1 from Tahara College. Well Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Yep. Thank you.
Next award is fastest street circuit for karts, and that's PowerTech Unleashed from Waimea College. Well done, guys. Thank you. Cheers. And last but not least, this fastest street circuit open is Burnside 1 kilowatt from Burnside High School.
Good one. It's a very smooth one.
Well done, guys. Cheers. There you go. Thanks.
Thank you, Mark. On to the economy run, which is a significant feature of driving electric vehicles because you've got to eke the battery out and do to the max kilometres. And it's no different in this environment. We try to get the students to look at their energy dissipation or use out of the battery and try to minimise it over the 6 kilometres that we try and set up as a distance to travel, and to do that in the shortest time. I'm going to ask Miranda Satterthwaite from ARA to come up and present this prize. Our association with ARA goes back a long time, right to the inception, and with Miranda, and she's been a staunch advocate of our program. But we've also had huge support from ARA staff with welding workshops and running launches and lots of other parts of this program. So thank you, Miranda and the staff at ARA. And without any further ado, I'll get you to announce the prize winners for the bikes, karts, and open. Just off the stickers.
Yeah, hi. So our Institute of Canterbury has an engineering school that has a range of specialties, but of relevance to this is mechanical engineering, and obviously we have electrical engineering as well. We see this as a really important project for the shortage in electrical engineering, and it's fantastic to see students doing project-based learning at school, because that's exactly what happens in the third year projects with us. So we really are impressed with the fact that high school students can even achieve this level of learning, and that is because of the amazing teachers that stand behind them. This year we've seen, I've seen an increase in sensor technology, which was something that Rob McEwen and I dreamed of 4 years ago, and I said to him, it's going to take a while until we get the vehicles that are something like a BMW i3 or i8, and we're starting to see some incredible technology, so that's really great. This category is quite important, and it's significant today because batteries don't always behave very well in heat. And so I think in a lot of ways, if you've got an economic battery and you're not going to lose energy when you've got extreme heat going on, we are definitely planning for a warmer world. So I would like to award these students, and congratulations to them. So first of all, we want to congratulate PowerTech Pocket Rocket of Waimea College for the best economy run for bikes. And the next award goes to Duralium of Taupo Nuia Atea College. The next best economy run open is Pope Mobile of St Thomas of Canterbury College.
And I understand the Pope was disappointed not to be able to attend today, but blessed the chariot. Rolling resistance, again, tests the setup of the vehicles for resistance and drag, and generally, and Air New Zealanders are going to award this prize. James Skelton is representing them. Just while James is coming up, we've been delighted to have the support of James and Fiona Scorgi over here at most of our events this year. Fiona's travelled around the country to support us almost at every build camp. So thank you for the way you've put out. And I know our students in Christchurch have really enjoyed a visit to the Air New Zealand Training Institute out at the airport and the facilities out there. It's blown our students away with the opportunities that are there, and we hope to extend that to the Auckland build camps in the future. So thank you so much for what you've done. James.
Okay, thanks for having me here. So the Aviation Institute, for anyone that likes hands-on type work, don't discount the aviation industry. It's been for me an amazing career. Our trainees are just happy people. They have good careers in all sorts of parts of the country and parts of industry, not all on aviation related stuff. But we do train people to do stuff really well. We train people to be picky, and that annoys other people, but it's really, really good for getting the job done right. Rolling resistance is not usually a thing we have to worry about too much in aircraft, but hey, we can do this. So best rolling resistance bikes is Evo 3 from Otaki College. Best rolling resistance bike and open is Duralium from Taupo Nui Atia College. Sorry about that. Nice one, thanks. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Air New Zealand Training Institute. Now, we put something in the program that would really frustrate you, and that was the controller section. Assist Energy is going to present this, and I'll do it on their behalf. But I'd like to just say that the controller is the heart of the electrical system, and you tackled, in general, everybody had a crack at this and tackled the controller very well. It's a combination of electronics and programming, and then optimising the pulse width signal to get full power through the controller to the wheels. So there's a lot in it. It's never simplistic. There are lots of smoke and some cussing going on, I know, around the country, but great for those people that persevered. We are today going to award a prize for the bike category, but the carts couldn't be separated, and I need to go back in our results and sort that, and we'll advise the schools accordingly after this. So, without any further, Assist Energy is a small company in Christchurch. It does solar installations and also puts monitoring gear in commercial premises to help businesses manage their energy use down or use it better. So, yeah, there is a need, and it's becoming quite popular. Anyway, the best controller performance for bikes goes to Evolution 1 of Tahara College.
Come on up, into the controller.
Tim, the last person that came up, went through 3 controllers before he got it right. So.
No, it was 3. He got 5 overall, but we only used 3. The others were looking for spare parts. But we actually ended up buying more spare parts after.
Well done, Tim. 4 marks for perseverance. That's what we love. The innovation category was judged by Auckland University, and Kevin Salby is going to come up and speak on behalf of Auckland University, Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. So thank you for the team that came down for the judging, and thank you so much for your support, Kevin.
Thanks, Les. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here on a very nice sunny day. And yes, I'd like to thank my colleagues who came down from Auckland this morning with me. We've got Bill Collis, he's out there, Darius, and also we've got Patrick Hu. And innovation is something that we really value, treasure if you like, at the University of Auckland, and it's something we try and foster in our students. And it's really encouraging, very pleasing to see it's already present in our secondary school students here today. And just to give you a little bit of encouragement, you've been working in teams doing this work over the course of the year, and you've experienced what it's like to work in teams, the arguments you might have, the decisions that you might have, but the collective victory, if you like, that you experience at the end of it. And during our Bachelor of Engineering programs, we have a 4-year program at the University of Auckland. We take our students through, and we have about 1,000 students go in, but every one of them is special to us. And in the final year, in the 4th year, they work on projects together, usually in pairs, with a supervisor. And just to give you an example of how successful that can sometimes be in terms of innovation. Patrick, who's here, Patrick, perhaps you'd like to stand up, because there's so a few things about Patrick. So 2005, Patrick was supervising some Part 4 students. So these are students who may be 4 or 5 years older than the students here today. And he had an idea around the idea of transferring energy across space, across an air gap, what we call inductive power transfer, IPT for short. And he got a couple of students and he said, "This is an idea, we're going to use this to power low power devices, all sorts of applications for that where you don't want to connect things up with wires." And the 2 students did a good job, and at the end of that year, they formed a company. These 2 students, they just finished their project, they formed a company. They tried to pull Patrick in to be part of that company. He sort of agreed to be their chief technology officer. The company is called Power by Proxy, and that actually developed quite quickly over the last decade an international reputation. And this year, Apple from Cupertino, California, swooped down and have actually bought up that company. So that's an example of how far small ideas can go and be developed, made into real devices, commercial devices, and then sold. And so Patrick will now be working 75% for Apple, 25% for University of Auckland, but I'm pleased he will still be with us. There's quite a lot of money involved in when Apple comes and purchases a company. So Patrick, by the way, is in the market for a new electric vehicle. So anyone here might like to see him? Now, getting on to the innovation category, very pleasing to see all sorts of innovation today. We were particularly interested in our particular judging on the electronic and the sensing technology. Very hard to judge. It was very close. What decided it for us in the end was essentially getting the ideas and the testing into a workable and robust unit. That's what really decided it for us, something that could survive the rigours of the day. So, the winners are Zircon Racing from Riccarton High School.
If you present this one first, would you? Auckland University sponsored the whole of the innovation category, but after seeing the regionals around the country, we realised that what we weren't doing is recognising very good engineering, both in the materials that were being used and also in the design of novel designs of the vehicles. And so we put an award in for today, told students about it earlier, and this year there is an award, and Kevin will announce it. Thank you.
Okay, this award is to Long Bay Blue from Long Bay College. Innovative Design and Engineering. Christmas elves up here.
Thank you.
Well done.
The show section, which is around design, the finish of the vehicle, the outfitting of the crew, and how much recycled materials were involved in the build. We have, fittingly, EnviroSchools presenting this award. Matt Stanford's going to come up and present it. Matt's a very staunch member of EVolocity, and thank you so much for the work that you do.
Kia ora koutou, he ka mahi EnviroSchools Waitaha, ko Matt toku ingoa, na mihi nui kia koutou. So my name is Matt, I'm the EnviroSchools facilitator here. Guys, I just want to say a massive well done to all of you. I was lucky enough to be here when a lot of the vehicles got unloaded yesterday, and you should be so proud of the work that you've put in. I know that there's a lot of work that goes in back at school with late nights and teachers pulling hair out. There's a lot of bold teachers. I wonder if there's something to do with that. But guys, you've done really well to be here, and I just want to acknowledge all your hard work. EnviroSchools is about empowering students to make sustainable changes. I'm involved because that's important. I'm also involved because it should be really fun, and I see this as a really fun project. So have you had fun today? Yeah. Fantastic, that's really good. So I always say this when I get the plinth. Those teams from the North Island, make sure you charge your batteries up here, because 60% of our carbon emissions come from transport. We're 80% renewable across the whole of New Zealand from our energy production, but we're 98% renewable in the South Island. So make sure you charge up your batteries and take that bundle of renewable energy back up north with you. Guys, I just want to acknowledge Heidi, who is the show judge. Heidi and a team of other volunteers have been epic today. I was really excited when Heidi told me who won. This is a vehicle that both her and I thought was a kit, which is a really, really kind of compliment, really, because it was so well built. Then we learned it was built from wheelbarrows, tables, bits of mobility scooters. It had a solar panel in the spoiler, and it's just really the epitome of what this show judging category is about. So Mana College, come on up. And it's team, yeah, boys. Is that how you do it?
I'd just like to reiterate that comment. Thank you, Heidi, and your team for everything you've done this year. It's been magnificent working with you. And you took on that show judging role with enthusiasm and willingness. I really appreciate that. The next category is the report category. The report category was put in there to support technology teachers to make sure that the build of the students was logged and the design cycle that the vehicle went through was captured and could be used for assessment. And we had this year John Crichton, really privileged to have him involved in the marking of that. Thank you, John, for taking that up. And could I ask, ETCO aren't here, so I'll just give a brief introduction to ETCO and present the award for this one. ETCO are the electrical training company, and they take students out of school, put them into paid courses to train as an electrician, and they do some initial training, place them in the workforce, and pay their wages all the way through their training. And they've got a huge uptake of 300 to 400 students around New Zealand. They service them very well, and they're a very good apprenticeship. Jeremy, the CEO, couldn't be here today. Apologise for it, but they're staunch advocates of our program. But this year, the report category goes to Howard College number 2, cart number 4. If they'd like to come forward. I'm not sure I should read the team name out. I'd rather be sleeping. Surely not. Well done. Thank you. It's lean pickings. Sorry, guys. Yeah. In the marketing category, we have 2 parts to it. One was the production of a video, supposed to be 30 seconds. Many went over that. And as a result, we did have a winner though. And they also had to go through social media and project their views of electric vehicles and the uptake of them and the promotion of them. And Rob is going to, on behalf of Mellow Yellow, is going to speak to this award.
Thanks, Les. So just a plug for Mellow Yellow. Mellow Yellow is a brand of electric bikes that is owned by EVolocity. So EVolocity has bikes built to its own specifications in China. We import and distribute and sell those bikes in New Zealand, and 100% of the net proceeds of from the sale of those bikes go into the EVolocity bank account. So Mellow Yellow doesn't have a bank account. If anyone's on the market for an electric bike, I encourage you to consider at least a Mellow Yellow brand. And we do have a chap here based in Rangiora, Alan Barr, who is our regional representative. So, look, I'm a marketing guy by background, and I thought that in addition to getting young people involved in the design and build of electric vehicles, it would be really cool to also challenge them to think about why they're doing it. Why should we care about electric vehicles? And so we put this out there to the students this year. We didn't get a lot of uptake. There was one team that just absolutely rose above all others, and I don't know if we're going to have a chance. Are we able to show their video? Can we show it now? Sweet. The winning team is Henderson High School. And their video, it's going to take about 3 minutes to watch, but it's worth it. It's really, really good. Can the team come on up while we're... there we go.
It's not working. My car's dead.
Well done, guys. Absolutely fantastic video. Really well done. Really well done.
So, Grayson, what's up with your car? I think my car's dead.
Okay, let's see, what's wrong with your car?
It's dead. It won't start. My car's dead.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are gathered here to honour and remember Combusty, the combustion engine. He had one job in life. It was his favourite thing to do. He pushed pistons through many explosions, and he did it well. It's a sad day in history. That bus here had to go. And that someone else would come in to replace him. But who can really replace combustion engine?
Big one. You've got the obvious, so you've got emissionless or local emissionless driving, and thankfully for New Zealand, 80% of the internet used here in the country is from renewable sources. But other places like Australia, that figure is only 50%, so it's much less.
How much does it cost to charge an electric vehicle?
But a great example is the i3 that we saw downstairs in the photograph. That costs an extra $8 on the electricity bill if you charge it from 0 to 100%.
What is the biggest advantage of an electric vehicle?
Is a financial benefit. Obviously, just like the previous question, it's much cheaper to run. And the second one is you have some people that don't really care about running costs, they just want to do their contribution to reduce their carbon footprint.
So in the long run, does it make financial sense to purchase an electric car instead of gas-powered vehicle right now?
Of course. So you might as well do it now, it's not later.
Born to be electric. Thanks to the power of BMW, my car's alive.
So there were two aspects to this category: actually producing the commercial and then getting it distributed as broadly as possible. And Henderson won both categories. I think the last time I looked, they had about 1,600 views of the commercial. So congratulations to Henderson.
Just a plug from the photographer. Well done, Henderson. That was excellent. Plug from the photographer. Could all teams that won prizes stay behind because they'd like to take some photos of you with your certificates in front of the sponsors board over there immediately after this. Just to wind things up, there's one team that travelled the furthest, didn't come away with the prize. Well, they had two teams in today. A third team, unfortunately, couldn't make it. They've attended everything. It's their first time up. They were incredibly adventurous with the materials they used. They had a boat building firm just down the road from them and scrounged carbon fibre and built their cart out of that, which is as light enough that the whole of the chassis and body could be tossed between two students. In fact, they got a photo or video of them doing that. But it was really innovative. It wasn't brought down today. And there are two other vehicles were all equally innovative and unfortunately were just outside the prizes. So in recognition of the effort that this school has made, I'll ask both those teams for Maharangi to come up and collect what remains of the prizes. And well done this year. Cheesy photo. I'm going to get in that one.
And just in conclusion, our Institute of Canterbury, as a founding partner in this project, has a couple of scholarships that we're awarding this year of $5,000 towards engineering education. So we have had a look at the two categories that really mattered to us at the moment, and one of the categories is the ARA Māori and Pacifica Achievement Award, And we'd like to award that to Tangane Matenga of Mana College, and I hope I got that pronunciation correct. But you're amazing. We watched the way you operated. Thank you. That's great. So if you are here, and you're here, hello at the back. That's you. Hi there. And if you want to come up, you can. Otherwise, we'll send you the information about that scholarship if you for interest for you, because you've had a really big day. The other scholarship we have is another $5,000. It's a Woman in STEM scholarship, and we believe, because there is one of these scholarships, we believe it's the professional judgment of the lead teacher in this school to decide to whom this goes. But we would like to award it to Avonside Girls High School for their phenomenal participation and capability in this project. So that's the A Woman in STEM scholarship. And the reason we offer scholarships is because there is such a shortage in engineering at the moment. So all of you are in the right game. You are all lining up for incredible jobs in the future, and I congratulate you for choosing this project that leads to engineering. So thank you.
One thing before we do the final wrap up, and that is there was an electric bike riding around today seeking donations, and everyone that made a donation got to go in the drawing to win an electric bike from Mellow Yellow, and we're going to hold that drawing now. What we've done is we've imported all of the names of people that have made a contribution into a spreadsheet. We've got 72 records in the spreadsheet. Holly over here has a random number generator on her phone, and so she's going to randomly generate a number between 0 and 72, and that number is 51. So number 51 is Leslie Willoughby. Is Leslie here by any chance? No? Okay, well, we will let Leslie know by email, but congratulations to Leslie, and thanks for all who made a contribution.
I'd just like to finish with a couple of thank yous. Can I say special thanks to everybody that made this day happen. There's a great team of regulars, and Luke, wherever you are, and Matt, thank you so much for your input, and Alan Barr, who's also usually involved, and but to Ross, Rob, and Heidi, and all those people that were just outstanding today, thank you so much. To all the teachers, there's a lot of effort goes into this. I know how many outside class hours are required, and it escalates as the year goes in, as you get drawn in by the students. Thank you so much for giving the support to your students and your program, and to all you people that created wonderful vehicles today. Absolutely outstanding, and well done. I hope it's the start of an engineering career for you. Without any further ado, I'll wrap it up. Safe travels, nurse your sunburn, and this might be Cup Week in Christchurch in the future. It's a great event, and it'll be electric. Good luck.